I did the rituals whereby she had to cut my fingers and give her my blood everywhere on a cloth. Then she took my ring with hers in the name of she's taking them to the river. They're going to possess the power for protection. Then she accompanied those rings with the cloth that has my blood, not hers. She left to the river. When she come back, she brought the ring, said, okay, here are the rings. And then how about you propose me? Then she moved in with me. Then people were like, what's going on? Like I looked like something that didn't make sense. I didn't have his tunes, and people were wondering, was like,
you still don't ask about the background. Where is your mom? Like, can I meet your parents and stuff?
I will answer that, and I think I even missed the other point. Yeah. So this girl, she was sent to me. She came, like she acted as a client, and she was friendly enough. Then we even swapped numbers.
She was beautiful.
She's very. If you could see her on the pictures, I will show you.
Wow, man.
Later, after she told me how did this happen, I was under a spell. There's this thing called that a mermaid can charm you, can attract you.
Oh.
Do you know that thing, ne?
There's no history about Zari, nothing. Straight from the ocean to do the job. And
thank you for that. I was even missing the part. First time when she met me, she introduced me with the fake names.
Welcome to the Dobe Show. Of course, I go by the name Christmas. You already know. Now I'm doing the best show that makes another shows look so stupid and whack. I'm thanking you, loving as usual on camera. I got my man James as well as on sound. On my right, I got my man Aganda. One story at the time and one testimony at the time. It is God's time. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. You press the notification bell. You join the membership, man. We keep going. If you want to donate, the account is on the description. You donate. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you so much to everyone who's been subscribing and sharing the episode. Please keep on liking it and sharing it. Yeah. So we're on hundreds and something subscribers. We want to get to 500, can. 500,000. Ne?
Siyafika lapho na kanjani?
Hey, it's God's time. What time is it, James?
God's time.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, I'll see the clash of.
Ayixesha likaThixo.
Ay, kulungile ke ngena kuyo ke now. I'm with my brother on a coat, looking very nice. My brother, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, brother Chris. How are you and your team?
Ngayiphendule
siyaphila.
Ngisalulisa babukeli bakho.
Yeah. If you can brief us like a little bit of your background, where you're from and who are you?
Okay, my name is Alimition Molopo.
Alimition?
Yes.
What does that name have a meaning, man?
I'm not sure actually. I tried, but I can't find any definition.
Alimition with you?
No, A-L-I.
Alimition.
A-L-I.
Alimition. Yeah. You only have one name?
Yeah. It's only one name. And I was born in Gauteng in Springs, and I also grew up in Witbank, that's in Mpumalanga, and I did my primary and secondary in Limpopo. That's my town. That's actually where my parents come from. Yeah, so I have one sibling, which is a sister. She's older than me. I was raised by my uncle and his wife. I grew up with her, with his children, and we were brothers and sisters. So I lost my mom when I was 7 years, and I didn't have a father. I could say he was a married man, and he was never available. I started knowing him when I was 21. Part of my growing up, let me say I was a smart kid in the family. Wow. Actually in the community, let me put it that way.
Serious?
Yeah, I was a smart
You have
child.
a degree or something?
I have a diploma.
Wow.
I have accredited certificates, but I will just brief you when it comes to my academics.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't have to brief me so much. I have a certificate, age.
I understand.
Yeah,
so part of my growing up, it was never an easy task, easy journey to grow up it was always a challenging. But I have to thank God, because through things that I've went through, I wouldn't be like this today. Trust me. I could imagine I completed my studies, and I've done a lot in my life without enough support from the family. I grew up as a smart kid at school. Those kids who takes trophy cups and you like already
You can stand in front of children assembly.
Yes, November already we're getting our presents. It's an obvious pass before the reports, you understand? It was interesting, and some of the grades I didn't do them. I didn't do grade 2.
Wow, man, you were really
do
smart.
Grade 4, yeah, you know, those kids who jump grades and all that.
Oh.
Yeah, but then my life was not really easy, because, you know, I was raised by my family, my uncle, which is not my actual parent. It's not easy.
So you're growing up with your cousins, like a setup.
Yeah, but with the grace of God, I can't believe I managed without enough support. You know, in Zulu, ngathi ngikhule ngile ngane ukuthi umzali abengafuna ukubona ne-homework ukuthi kunama right angaka ukushela izandla. I mean, 7 years of age, bengizikhavela inqwala. Mfethu, like that encouragement was not there, but the genius was there. So yeah, I had to survive, but I did my matric ngendlela ebuhlungu, whereby I almost left school. Because of, like, I had to move out from home because of some fights and arguments, because of some treatments, and I had to do my matric while staying in Cabo Mngani. My matric year was never easy, which was 2010. It was never easy, but I had to fight hard, and the community had to encourage me. They had to be supportive, which I made it through. While my sister's life was never easy as well. So, but we made it. We made it. Then I was now forced to move out from Limpopo and try to look for my father. I found him in Springs, and he couldn't fill the gap. It was just a waste of time.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, because, you know, looking for a father, then that father, he directs you to be a builder, which is not my thing. So,
like building what? The houses?
Yeah, wakhona umvakashela ekuseni and yakuvusa mele nenza ama-tile nowakhe emzini, and I mean, she doesn't want to know about my goals. Oh my God, yeah, you know what, it's not working.
It's just too much, man.
Exactly. So I had to move to Wheatbank, where I was staying before. It's family as well. And then I started to find direction there, did some studies, IT, facilitation, and yeah, then it was a bit going well. But, you know, life has to lead me to Joburg. 2012, I came to Joburg. Then I started staying in Joburg, and I was staying with my uncle. So I looked for a job. I was working pretty well. I could afford myself there and there. And now comes the part of having the girlfriends. Wow.
You were good with girls, man.
Not really.
You're not sharp.
No, I was very... I looked data when I was...
You were really smart.
I started dating when I was 19. Everybody was saying, Jola Ningwati.
Yeah, you were really smart. That's what I'm saying, you were really smart. Because those smart guys, they didn't have, like, girls.
But I became naughty when I grew up.
Oh.
You know, when Monga Joli at the early age,
it will catch
become a problem. Yeah, but interesting enough, I'm not smoking, I'm not
You didn't
drinking.
get to these things of drinking and...
I never, and I didn't have anyone to stop me. But they were never in my spirit. Even now, if you can smoke in front of me, I'll catch fever straight away. Oh. Yeah, so that's never my thing.
So now you're meeting, just can you take me through the girl that you meet now? It was your first girl?
Yeah, 2012, I made a girlfriend. She's a closer. Then we dated.
A late bloomer, like?
I can hear you.
You were a late bloomer.
Late bloomer, what does it mean? I mean, I started dating late.
Yeah.
Not entirely. It's not like I was even... No, okay, it's not like I was not really experienced, but I took my time before I get dating.
Yeah, I get you, bro.
So I started dating in 2013 May 5, and I had a girlfriend who was a closer, and we...
How did you meet with her? We
met at church.
Oh.
Yes, we met at church, then we started dating, and we even stayed together. From 2013 5th May, we were dating, and along the way we moved in together. 2014 September, we broke up, and I met another girl. this girl that I'm going to share, she's the reason why I'm here today.
Wow, man.
Yeah, so I met this girl and we had a child today. We met in 2014.
You have a boy? Or?
Yeah, we have a child. It's a son, and it's
Okay,
8 years today. Yeah, I met this girl July 2014. I was in a relationship and we just became friends. I'm just gonna jump to straightforward. She was strictly sent to me. I don't know how they know me, but I remember I was working in a finisher store whereby we deal with different clients. So some clients are spiritual. When they come to you, they can sense something in you. So I believe that's how these guys saw me. Unless otherwise, maybe they had to see through the community who has whatever that they're looking for. This girl, she was sent to me. She came like she acted as a client, and then she was friendly enough. Then we even swapped numbers.
She was beautiful.
If you could see her on the pictures, I will show you.
Wow, man.
Later, after she told me how did this happen, I was under a spell. There's this thing called that a mermaid can charm you, can attract you.
Oh.
Do you know that thing, ne? If you can watch Nigerian movies, a mermaid will just pass, but it's in the form of a human. You'll get attracted. That charming spell that the mermaid has, that's the thing that has to work on me, whereby I saw beautiful girl and like I even had to ask numbers myself, not even her, but she came intentional with a purpose, but she has to use her spiritual powers so that she can attract me, which she did. And I was in a relationship, unfortunately I couldn't date her, but I kept her numbers. Then my relationship got corrupted, and she confessed that they are the ones who corrupted our relationship. Okay. In Zulu they say so they destroyed my relationship silently by just doing whatever I do. And I broke up with that girl, and she was a good woman, trust me. That is the only woman that I've experienced love with, honestly, speaking. So then I stayed single from 2014 September until January 10. January 10, I remember I was in a hospital. I had a problem of a back pain. I had a problem of back pain from age of 19. And I thought that back pain, it's been caused by, how could I put it? There was a moment whereby I broke my virginity in the age of 19. And then I started to have a back pain. Later I realized that, okay, my back pain is coming from somewhere which I will explain. And then I had to go to hospital with the issue of a back pain. And she inboxed me, hi, long time, Happy New Year. It was on the 4th of January 2015. She said to me, where are you? I'm around Tembisa, but I need you to help me find a place. I need to go to school. I said, okay, yeah, sure, I can help you. There's a lot of people that I know which I can hook you up.
Yeah, rent.
So why do you want to stay in a room? Are you not going to stay with your father or your family? I said, no, my parents are fighting. I have to move out as I'm a stepchild. It's not okay with me. I said, okay, sure. Then come, let's meet. When we got there, we looked for a room. We didn't find it. Then I had to accommodate her that very night, that very day, which when I accommodated her, I had an interest in her either way. So I had to make my moves.
So it was a bonus if you don't find the room.
It was exactly so, and either way, it was even a setup. Otherwise, so I had to accommodate her in a room. Then she just asked me this stupid question. Said, "Since I'm gonna sleep in a house, do you have protection?" I said, "Okay,
straight to the point."
Yes, as a guy. Oh wow, okay, she's prepared. You understand? Then it was an obvious case. Now we had to share a room. That's where relationship started. First week when we started dating, we have to do the intro. Who are you? Where you come from?
Yeah.
There are people that she introduced as a family because she kept receiving calls back to back. She kept getting calls. Who are these people? Said, no, it's my father. He's calling. After the other calls, then another guy, he will say, no, that's my father's friend. Then another call. Then they say, I must greet you. How did you tell them about me? Who are these people?
Is in a week you're staying together?
I mean, the very following day, the very first week, already
fast,
people
man.
are greeting me.
Mermaids are fast, man. They're not like human, bro.
Everything went fast. So,
yeah.
And then he introduced his father. He said his father is he's a lawyer, advocate in Tembisa, and his friends are in our what do you call, in our government, or ANC actually. They come from ANC, all of them. So they will call him and send regards. At times she will put them on a loudspeaker and they will say, "Hi, how are you?" And they will greet me and they will ask me, when am I getting married? Why can't I marry the woman? Because they can't allow fat and sad. They put it straight. I said, no, I'll have to work hard. I will marry her. And then these guys, I said, you know when you see your woman having this kind of a network whereby Minister of Mineral is calling, by then.
Yeah, okay,
now.
not now.
Yes, not the current ones. By then, Minister of Mineral is calling, Minister of Transport is calling. You'll be like, okay, what's going on? This girl, she's connected. Who are these people? Are
So
my father's friends?
why she's in the street, man? Don't know house. Why this is calling these powerful people?
Actually, she's claiming, okay, let me put it this way. She's claiming that, she's claiming that her father has a wife, which is a stepchild, and she doesn't want to stay with them because they have family issues. So she just want to move out from their house. Yes. Then I said, okay, sharp.
It makes sense. I get you.
Exactly. So then we continued with the relationship, and then these guys from our parliament, which they were always calling her, then they will okay, how did she start? She started by saying her father cannot help her with money. I said, okay, so can I help her with money? She needs money. She needs to go and register before it's too late. She want to go to Wits University and do law. I said, okay, so how could I help you? Borrow me money or give me money. I'll give you my father has the money, but now he's busy. He's not okay. He went to Eastern Cape. I said, hey, I'll give you the money. I had a credit card from African Bank, which was, I remember it was having at least 15,000. I didn't spend all of the money.
Before you get the elimination, how deep are you in love now with this girl?
Now or then?
Oh, then, yeah. And that on that period now, you're staying together. How?
That very moment.
Yeah.
The first I met her, to be honest with you, she's a very beautiful woman, and she was the first girlfriend that I was proud of having. She looked very beautiful, bruh. If you could see her, bruh, I didn't deserve her. I felt like I'm lucky to even have her. Think about it. She's beautiful. She has a family that is actually powerful. You understand?
Yeah.
She has a big network. Celebrities, they know her. Ministers, they know her. So they are calling her. Who could reach out to a minister? Just a friendly call. You understand?
And the minister entertained that.
Exactly. They have time for her. They call her.
But why she don't have a place to stay? But
by then that didn't even count, because it's like she just need her own space.
Yeah.
She claimed that she need her own space. It's not like she was even homeless. She came for me.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah.
If I had to stay in a shack, she has to stay with me because there's something that she needs. She doesn't care about anything. So I felt like I was lucky, and now I want to stick to her because of one thing that came to my mind. Ukeli, she knows those powerful people from our government, those people who are from ANC. I asked her, can you ask them to get me a job, even in the government or Masipala, please? I just need a job. She said, no, I'll speak to them. I asked them nicely. I remember asking that minister, let me not say which minister. They said, no, they can't talk to me with such things. I'm nothing to them. I have to marry the girl first. Actually, they're not supposed to talk to me. It was wrong with them to speak.
And these
to
are
me
powerful
in the first
people,
place.
man.
Exactly. So my mind is like, okay, I need to quickly marry this girl, but obviously I have to marry her for good reasons either way. So the relationship continued, and I gave her the money. She took the money and she had to spend it. She said she paid.
You gave her the 15,000.
15,000. And secondly, she said, I still need another money to sort other things. Please borrow me. I said, I can only do loan for you. I did 10,000 loan, and I gave it to her. I said, now she's not gonna pay the things that she needs to pay, because now the father, he's changing the story. He's no longer gonna take him to school. He's telling him that he doesn't have money. He's been owing people. I said, what are you gonna do now? I said, no, I know his friend, which is Gogo Abiba. from Joburg. He's a foreigner. I said, Gogo Abi, but what about him? She said, he knows how to do money. He used to give my father magic wallets. And every day I'll go in a wardrobe and take money, 10,000 every day. I think I must ask him to give me the magic wallet as well. I said, that doesn't require any sacrifice? I said, no, it's a magic wallet. So it's some powerful spells that collects money every day. In the morning you find money. I said, okay. He said, can you accompany me to look for him? I got his numbers. He called the father and said, can you give me Gogo Abiba's numbers? That guy said, what do you want them for? He said, no, I want money. Then the father said, okay. It was a role play, trust me.
Man, this thing was planned, man.
Then she said, okay, can I please accompany her? I went to Joburg with the intention of that I'm accompanying her.
Yes.
It's like you're dragging me, brah, when you're going to exchange drugs. Then if we get arrested, I'm implicated either way. So when we got to Joburg, there was a guy who was waiting for us. It's Commissioner and Van Villay. There's a flat there.
Van Villay.
Yeah, Commissioner and Van Villay. That flat there opposite to Sheet Street. We went there. Then they took us up in the 5th floor, room number 27. When we got there, the room, everything it's curtains. They're black. And then there's 2 rooms. There's another secret room there. When we got there, it's dark. They had to put some candles. And I had to sit on the guest side where they sit. The girl, she got into the room. They spoke 15 minutes, then they came back. They said I must come inside. When I got inside, that room is black. And then I sat down. They said, I'm trying. This guy said, do you love the girl? I said, yes. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. He said, I'm going to do money for this girl, but I need to make sure that I can trust you so that you can use her on her money. I said, no, she's my woman. I love her. Then this guy started doing the rituals. And then he said, something is wrong. Then I said, what is it? He said, no, this girl doesn't have enough luck. Perhaps if you can boost with your luck, then we're going to be fine. How do you do that? He said, no, we're just going to do a random ritual. Then that's it. You're going to just request money from your ancestors. Okay. I remember I was briefed that they have powers to do money. And no sacrifice, no nothing. Then they gave me, I sat down, they gave me a calabash. I
see this.
They gave me a calabash. They gave me some bracelets that are actually more traditional. They have shells and all that. They gave me some hats that are actually designed by them. They are strictly for traditionals. And I had to put them, they had to ask me to write down my three names of my ancestors. Then I had to put in a case.
People that passed on.
Yes. And then I had to request money. They said, ask any amount that you need. I said, I need 20 million.
Wow, man.
And then she also said 20 million. They did the ritual.
So you have 40 now?
No, it's going to be 20 for both of us.
Oh, okay.
And then they did the rituals. Then this guy said, okay, now you can go stay outside. When we stayed outside, after 5 minutes, he said, come in. When we come in, when you open that case, shit, there's a lot of money there. I couldn't believe it.
Wow, man.
There's a lot of money. And then I went, he said, test it to see if it's original. You can even go and buy it. Do you have any other man so that I can give you this one and buy? If they return, if it doesn't work, you can take it back. I said, no, it's fine. I can see it's money. When I see it's wet, I said, why this money is wet? He said it's coming from the river.
A wet 20 million?
The wet 20 million, bro, like in this size. I said, okay. He said, nah, but then you guys cannot go with the money. I said, why? He said, no, this money needs to be purified. Even you guys need to be purified. You are not strong enough spiritually. You will die. What's the point of you getting the money that's going to kill you in a week? Life comes first. You need to do some rituals. That will take 3 days. I'll give you some instruction. Now you need to go home. And by that time, that guy, we gave him 5,000. Yes, we gave him 5,000. So they gave us the money. I mean, they gave me moti. That moti, it was wrapped in a red cloth about tungelile. So, like it's a moti, it's a ball about tungelile. I must part with that moti for 3 days. And then,
but bro, now why this thing is all about you now?
That's what
or we continue saying still the plan.
Yes, they actually, it's like she got there in the name of she's the one who's gonna do it. Now it turns out now it's me who's doing this.
Man, I see, man. No, I get you.
A smart move. And you know, once you see money, knowing your past, knowing that I come from a long way, and this one is not money that requires any blood. Come on, why would you leave it? I was now, my eyes were on that money. I saw it, bro, with my eyes. So this guy said, yeah, then take the muti. I said, I'll take the money. Then he said, I took the muti. When we were home, he said, yeah, I bought with that muti. After those 3 days, then he said, you must buy a chicken and come with a chicken. And he said, I must buy a black chicken. Yeah. I'm home. I took my 3 days parting with the muti. And then he said, on the third day, he said to give me the instruction. He said, they must come with a black chicken and a black cloth. I said, what's the chicken for? He said, no, you have to sacrifice a chicken just to purify the money. The member told that the money is spiritual. You need to purify it. I said,
every sacrifice there is God, man.
Yeah, then I said, no, this is a sacrifice. Then the girlfriend said, no, it's not a sacrifice, it's just a chicken. I said, no, you do it. You do the sacrifice. He said, no, even me, I would do it. I said, no, you do it. Me, I don't want to do the sacrifice. If someone dies in my family, what do I do? No, it's just the chicken. How would you kill someone? I said, I've seen this thing in Nigerian movies. This thing is real. You think you are killing a chicken. I want to find out you're killing someone in the family. I only have one sister. And obviously, if this is the spell, it's going to go direct to my sister. No other way. It will take someone that you feel pain for losing them. Then I said, no, it's fine. And then those ministers. Can I tell you how many are they?
How many?
It's, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of them and 1 woman.
Yeah, man.
Yes, 1 woman.
There's many people who have money. The
ministerial position that they had by then, there was a minister for transport. There was also a minister for minerals. There was also a minister, deputy president. But I'm not going to mention it.
Back then? Yeah.
And one of them is not even a minister. He was in the justice system. Yeah, he's popular. So they would now call him to see how did it go? Did I do the ritual? And then the girl told them that no, I refused. Then they start calling and said, I'm a coward.
They're calling you now?
Yes, they call me. They called. They said she must give me a phone. They said, no, I'm a coward. They're disappointed of me. They thought I'm brave enough and strong. I must know that every man out there who has a family, we need to. They go through sacrifices. When I see people driving cars out there, there's no job that can get me any car that I wish to have or any big cars that I wish to have. This is the way, this is the route. I need to man up. They're disappointed of me, actually. They thought they trusted me. And I couldn't answer them. I said, no, me, I can't do the sacrifice. They said, no, we can send you to another one. That one, it doesn't need any sacrifice.
Why they are so concerned about this, man? You must do it. Clearly there's a benefit for them.
Yeah, one thing that I realized, because now they took me from the first sangoma to the other. The first sangoma, the person who sent me, it was the minister, that one, the first one. And then after he shouted me, then I got a call from the other minister, said, no, I heard that you couldn't do anything. Let me send you to another one. It doesn't need anything like that. What was really happening there, each and every one of them, they were taking me to their traditional healers. Now, every minister, every person have their own traditional healers. But these people, it's a group of people that knows what they want to draw from me. So apparently, each and every sangoma that I was attending, there will be a muti that I'm going to use to bath. So the moment I'm bathing with that muti, there are special powers or certain luck that they draw for their own benefit. It's like, you take me to a sangoma, I bath with the muti. That can also give you spiritual powers. You can get promotion in the parliament. You can be financial well. You can even be highly protected. They knew what they were doing. And after this one is done with me, the other one will also use me. All of them, they were exchanging.
So then their position is still there.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, they even got promoted. If you can look at their profile, you will see, these guys, they've been
choose the right ones.
They've been swapping position. Most people in our government, if you can check very well, they come and go, but there are those who've been swapping seats as if they are important or smarter than us.
These people, brother, stealing stars of people.
Exactly, and that's how they maintain having this position. Tomorrow, Mundo Minister of Transport. Tomorrow, SSG. Tomorrow is this. Tomorrow is that. Those who are falling are those who can't find that thing that is required. Let me give you an example. I learned that for them to secure a seat or position in the government, they need to find someone who has a soul star. Someone who will have a specific gift that is required for them to have the position. After a season is over, they need to find someone. Some they struggle to find those people, and then they take it down for tomorrow. You hear Ban must fall. It's a strike all everywhere because of they can't maintain giving or sacrificing such kids. So yeah, and these guys, they played around with me, and while I go these places, I was using money. Remember, I did loans, and then the other plan. Everything that they were making me to do, they were crippling me financially. They were like taking me to another direction whereby I started to have financial problems. I started even not to afford my room, whereby it's loans, it's money that is gone. And then the girl now, she's advising me to sell my property. I had nice property, bruh. Even today, even if it was of 2015, even today, bruh, if I would have that property back, I'll be like, wow, I'll feel it. I'll feel myself. She made me sell my property, like a very expensive property. Like I remember the fridge that was worth 22,000, couches that were worth 18,000, a bed that was worth 10,000. I still have pictures of those things. TV that was worth 15,000, TV stand, stove, my phone, S4. You know, those times, not everybody was taking those phones. I had to even sell my bed. That's the worst part. Then
what is the plan of selling these things? Or what is
when you cripple someone's career, you make sure that they lose everything that they have. That will mentally disturb them. They will be disturbed emotionally. They will be depressed. I'm being honest. So now I lost everything. I'm in debts. When I get my salary, the available balance is 400. My rent is 1.5. So I'm working, but now I'm working for debts. I had to leave my job. When I leave my job, I had to go and stay in a shack. That shack was worth 250 rent. There's no bed, there's no nothing. I sold everything. I'm only left with plates. And there's this interesting part during that relationship. They said to her, she need to give me a baby.
Now you're falling, man. We know if you fall, every girl will run. Now you're staying in the shack. Where is the girl?
She's with me.
You lie.
You know, by then, she won my trust. I felt like now I have a woman because I'm suffering, but she's still here.
And she's
my
beautiful.
friends, it's in the and when now this one, she's the one. My friends will say this one, she's the one. She's very humble. She's way she doesn't do weaves, bruh. She doesn't do nails. She's just supernatural. I think they knew what really attracts me.
These people need to from Mkatini, bruh.
Definitely.
Because we are what, there's no history about Zari, nothing. Straight from the ocean to do the job. And
thank you for that. I was even missing the part. First time when she met me, she introduced me with a fake name. She said her name is Megan.
Imagine.
And later I found out through a dream. That was after 6 years. And how did I find out her name? I was careless, but I think I was under a spell. I had a dream whereby another guy from where I grew up, he passed on. You know, when dreaming someone who's passed on, you should be smart enough to see, okay, I might lose or raise two. It's because somebody who's not of this world, who's telling you, hi, wake up. This person that you are with, akusumuntu ocabangu tuyena. This person siyamazi makaya simbiza ngomakoti tapelo. When they say makoti tapelo, they are actually saying to me she's married. How could they say makoti tapelo? Mesibize to makoti mbali. Shugutu muntu shatile in our community. And they say simbiza ngomakoti tapelo. I woke up that night and said, hey, when come on, who are you? Said, no, what do you mean? Do you know me? I said, no, what's your actual name? Said, no, my name is Megan. I said, can I see your ID? Said, no, I'll ask my mother to send me. I said, come on, I don't understand. I want to see your ID now. Wake up. Then I had to push it to know. And the following day I had to find out that, no, fuck, the name that she gave me was not the real name. I said, now, why did you tell me this name? She said, no, even Megan is my other name that my actual father gave me. I said, does your family know about this name? She said, no. I said, okay, then what's going on? Oh, fuck. Then I started to worry. But now, let me continue. They forced her to advised her to give me a baby. I'm going to also add more information. Why did she give me a baby? She was desperate to make a baby, which they have to do, or every ritual that was necessary. They had to give her all the ingredients that she needs to take so that she can be fertile and she can conceive. She would like keep on testing. Then one of the good days, spiritually they saw that she's ovulating. They advised her to sleep with me. Then boom, I slept with her and she had to catch. After 3 days, they said, go and test. When we test, we found out the presence on her third day. We found out the presence on her third day. That was like, okay, that guy you called us said, I think you need to go and test. Then we went to the doctor. We tested in Tembisa. She was positive. Then now she's pregnant. We together. I'm suffering. While I'm suffering, I'm starting to gamble, but I'm not doing well. I'm practicing a lot of gamblings and I'm pushing. I got another job at Metropolitan. Then I was working, but I only worked for 2 months. Then when we delivered my son, I had to leave the job because it was not a good job for me. Then I had to start focusing on gambling. Then she gave birth. The moment she gave birth, there's this part that I need to clarify. Remember, she told me her father, she said her father is Okti. I won't mention the same name. And she told me that the father is Okti. Let's leave the guys who are the father's friend from our parliament. Let's focus with this guy who's the main character in this whole story.
Who's the guy?
I beg your pardon?
Who's that guy? The main character?
It's Okti. I won't mention his name. Name as you said. No?
Yeah,
his name is Okti. As he's claiming that he's the father. Later found out that it's not his father. It's somebody that she works for him. Then this guy, this girl, one day he said, how, Okti, so you're prophesying. Then this guy was laughing. I said, what's going on? He was not prophesying. I said, no, this guy was not prophesying. Now I'm surprised why this problem. There's something that is not telling me. I said, oh, wow, okay. This guy started to prophesy my life a lot. The moment he prophesies me, mostly problems, he'll give me solutions to solve them. Then he won my trust. Like when someone prophesies you something that's accurate, he will literally win your trust. Then if he says this, do this or don't do this, you will definitely obey because you will remember how much they saved you. Like you remember even that
he's an old person, man.
Exactly. So this guy, he will always prophesy us, and he will, after prophesying us, he will give us instruction. Mostly he was advising us, okay, I see this problem, go buy pizza and put olive oil in it.
Aye.
Yes. Go buy.
You doing an example or just what you ate?
That's the truth. That's how he was doing. Go buy pizza and put olive oil in it. It will remove something like this and that he will explain. Then tomorrow go buy McFeast. And then other times you prophesy me and say there's this problem that we need to sort it out. You need to eat red meat for 3 days. Red meat is horse and steak and maybe pork ribs. We eat them. When we eat them, he will do his rituals. And then I started wondering, this guy is a Sangoma. He's claiming that he's a Sangoma and he's helping us. He will prophesy me, and his way for helping us, he will use food over muti. And then I will eat something to fix something. And during those prayers, I had to ask him, what kind of a traditional are you? Because now I'm surprised. You're using food mostly, and I don't understand. He said, no, actually, it's a Sangoma. It's not really a Sangoma. It's maybe they call it in those English words. Maybe psychic or I don't know. Yeah, so he said it's actually a satanic. That has to make me worry. And then I had to now deal with the girl. Your father is a satanic. Why didn't you tell me? He said, no, that's his belief. And then I said, yeah.
So she's admitting now?
Yes. I said, but why didn't you tell me? Why do you tell me now? I said, no, this guy doesn't mean a harm to you. That guy, he called us in the middle of conversation. Said, no, don't judge me. You are a Christian, I'm not a Christian. I have also my own beliefs, so don't judge me. My belief is my belief. Doesn't mean, I don't mean a harm to you. I have kids, I have baby, I have family, I have friends, and they are all alive. Who says being a satanic, you kill people or anything? Also, as satanic, we are Christians either way. That's if he didn't know. I said, what do you mean? He said he didn't know that the fallen angels, they are from God. I said, what do you say about people who are worshipping Allah? And then I started to stay silent. And I had to now accept it. Remember, we have a child now. Someone who is a satanic, according to the way we grew up, we had to run away from them. because they are bloodsuckers. That's how we know. But they had to find a way to justify it, which I had to be I didn't really be comfortable, but I have a child now. I love the woman. I'm under a spell. I can't walk away from a relationship. I'm deeply in love. I have a child. I'm a guy who believes in having a family.
So the child tends to be your weakness, man.
Exactly.
I get you.
You understand? Yeah. Then this guy is turning to be my priority and the weakness, and say, oh, fine, he deserves to grow with both family. Meaning, I sacrificed myself, my life for him. I took a downfall in the name of I am having a son. So I had to lose myself for him. Then I continued in a relationship. And when my son was doing 8 months, remember this guy is a prophet. He kept on practicing things on us.
Yeah.
And when he gives us those food, there are things that he was fixing in me. He was aligning in me. For example, if a kaya, they once gave me moti or emakhaya when you grow up bayasithakatha as well, whereby bakhambisa netekoloji bakhambisa nani. This guy, these things that he was doing, he was cleansing me inside and out, whereby you have to have a full access of my spirituality. If we're about to say technology, then I want to use your spirituality. I need to remove that spirit first, because So he literally removed everything that is in my body.
So now
now I'm pure and I'm
exposed.
Clean. Yes. Then he can now access to the power that he needs. So there's a lot of things that he practiced, she did, which are just a lot. But the bottom line I wanted to explain that mostly was using food. If I were to generalize without mentioning restaurants and all that, they were using halal food. You know halal food, no? Yeah, you find them mostly.
I know.
I'm a burger, I'm a ribs, and they are focusing more into halal food. So the girlfriend, 2017, my son was 8 months. April, she said, I'm going home. I have to go and twasa. She left. And she left. I'm staying in the shack. I'm suffering. I'm financially crippled. She left with the son. I'm not working. I'm staying in the shack. I'm trying to gamble. Everything is gone bad. I'm even left with three trousers, bruh. Yo, singing bruh. I'm even not even affording to cut my hair. She left Atiana. She's going to Twasa to initiate as a Sangoma. She has a spiritual gift. I said, okay. I stayed alone. I thought she's coming back. Maybe 6 months or 3 months, because that's the duration for Twasa. And then this person, she never came back. I stayed with the believer. I have a wife who's coming back. When she comes back, we get married and life goes on. We're gonna be fine. Do you understand? Then I stayed alone, and I started to suffer even worse, whereby people were starting to compare me with Amahobo. I remember the other guys from Pichekas. I found them talking. But Alimition yakeza akafana ubani nakasithanda kagezi ngathi guys, why do you compare me namahobo? I was like, why are they associating with hobos? That was a wake up call. The other guy wathi kimi, hi, maybe need to ugeze, maybe nesithunzi esiwenza ukuthi ube njalo. I started to worry a lot. Then continuously I had to start praying. I started praying. She would call me once in a week. The relationship now is battling. And she left me officially. Number one, I don't know where she stays. I know her fake name. I don't know her parents. If she decided to cut, I'm a number one change some she was long gone and nowhere to be found. I was going to look for her and I wouldn't know where to find her because she didn't give me her address. I don't know her family.
Nothing, man.
I only know the father on the, not even face to face. When he calls, I only know his voice when he calls. That's it. So I started fasting and praying because when it comes to church, I grew up in church. I can't lie to you. Yeah, I grew up in church. I know prayer. I started praying, and what I was praying for Intlubeko, that's it. Why do you forsake me? I fasted for breakthrough. And that moment, I found out later when I do my mask, and actually she even confessed that. That moment I was fasting and doing that, something was broken that they were using to me. It's like she came to me, she had sex with me, she had to invoke her, or she has to put her spirit in me, then they'll access my spiritual gift. They had to make me bath with moti. That is all that they needed. They got what they wanted. When you look at them, that very year, 2015, if you can check the ministers that I will mention, they were swapping position that very year, 2015, like a minister, we were doing 3 positions in one time. Like, I was like, these guys, they're getting promoted, all of them. So even they ordain each other. You know, there are some spiritual powers. They are there to ordain people to be ministers. I can give you an example of Job. Job, who ordained David? King David. Isn't Job or
no? King David, James, were not ordained.
The message that I need to give you from that, for a king to be ordained, for someone to rule, he needs to be ordained.
Yeah.
So this guy, who's the main character, who's the alleged father, he carried my spirit. He carried my spiritual gift, right? He took my destiny. So now he has power to ordain them to be ministers, to be presidents, and all that. So actually, this team of ANC, they distributed my powers to ordain each other. They became in power. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Can you repeat it again?
Okay.
Yeah,
if God,
you're right.
Okay, God, there are people that give them a special gift, and those people, they become king makers and president makers. If you can check, David was ordained in a house. He was still a boy. He was ordained among his brothers. The person who ordained him, I think it's Job, if I'm not mistaken. It's Samuel. Thank you. It's Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel, he was the guy who was very close to God. He's a prophet of God. He carries the Hosanna spirit. So he's a president maker. He's a ministerial maker. It's like he's someone who will anoint you. And if he anoints you to be a bishop, you will be a bishop. If he anoints you to be a king, you will be a king. So his friends, all of them, he has to ordain them and anoint them according to what they want. And they became so powerful. They became what they wanted to become. But I checked 2015. Check these guys, how they sought their positions. You will like see that is wow. And those positions were like just giving. So they're distributing the power that he stole from me. And then these guys, they got what they wanted. They're happy. The girl, she left me. I started fasting. Then that spell that has got me, it got broken. Then when the spell got broken, my gambling life started to improve. I started to be strong and genius when it comes to gambling. That's how I quickly recovered financially, whereby I would like go in WhatsApp group and share numbers, and people will win and people will compensate me. In a day, I will share numbers maybe with 3 groups. That's probably 900 people, maybe 300 of them. All of them will give me 10,000. All of them. Like I started to have money. I started to be exposed with money. Then she came back.
Gaining life now.
Yes, I'm recovering like big time. She started coming back with a child. When she comes back, she said, now, look twice. I said, now, where are the beads? She said, no, mina angithwasanga ngalendlela angithi ngithwasise u-okt. Ngathi sho ukuthi join this Illuminati thing. Ngathi yeah, mina yasokola. Ngathi where's the money now? I said, no, they took it. They said they will give me. But then
the school and everything, because
it's no longer the issue. We're no longer talking about it. I was dumb enough not to even ask questions. I'm glad now you're asking yourself, why didn't I worry? Why didn't I ask those questions?
What about your dream? Because you said you wanted to be a lawyer.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I said, okay, where's the money? She said, no, the money they invested in a mine. I'm just going to have to wait 5 years, then I'll get my money. Then that guy who was the Minister of Minerals and Resources by then, he called me and said, yeah, she invested her money in the mines. We're having a mine in Nigeria. I remember, I forgot the name. So in 5 years, the mine will start. That mine is next to the Sasol firm. They said but not Sasol, they said there's an oil company in Nigeria. And then there's also a mine there that they're trying to work on.
You know what is crazy is like, why would you invest all of your money and you can't even afford to buy?
I was mad, and she acted like her father forced her to invest all the money. I said, why couldn't you even invest 100 million and take the 20? Because still 5 years.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Then said, nah, she tricked me, blah, blah. I said, okay, fine, let's leave the money issue. Just focus in your life. Now that you're a satanic.
So now you know,
money,
bro.
Now I know.
You're staying with the devil.
Let me explain. Now I know, okay, Shab, now that you're satanic, no money, so why can't you withdraw from these things? Satyan, she acted the victim now, as if like she want help. When I'm taking her to church, she runs away from that. But she started accepting, like she was playing my mind, this girl. Yo. So me now, I'm worried, focusing on she's satanic and I'm staying with her. But they've explained, there are a lot of pastors who have families who are satanic, which they don't mean harm to their families. So even me, maybe they don't mean harm. nomuntu otshontshayo doesn't mean uzokutshontshela.
Yeah,
I can be your friend, Chris, and ngibulala abantu, but doesn't mean uzokubulala. That's how I
yes.
took it. I said, maybe she doesn't mean harm. Then I stayed focusing on my family. I'm married now. 2018, I tried to marry her, and she just made some stories. But remember, her coming back 2018, before she came back, she called me, said, I'm about to finish my initiation, but there's a lot of things that are happening in you. I said, what is that? She said, when you grew up in your family, before they bury your mother, a day before, they bathed you with a muti, and that has caused you not to even dream your mother. And that is true. I said, yeah, and with me, I'm going to be affected as someone who's spiritual now. I can't sleep with you, I can't stay with you. So unless we cleanse you, that's a blackmail, you know. I want her, she knows that. Then I said, look, how do you cleanse me? You need to give me your blood. You need to take a white cloth and cut yourself and put the white cloth, your blood in a white cloth, and let's meet in James, then give me that, then we will do the spiritual cleansing from the distance. I said, I don't need to go to her. I said, no, this river thing is not, as we can cleanse you, we can take a spirit from you without the river. And then I said, okay, no problem. I gave her my blood. And then she left with my blood. I think for her taking my blood, they were renewing, they were reconnecting with me. Remember, I was fasting, everything started to be fine. Then now, she used sex, she used muti to bath with. Now that has broken. It's not really a stronghold, it's a sign now. Now she had to use blood. When she used blood, but they still realized that, like, I'm a prayerful guy. And then they advised her to come back to now stay full-time with me so that she can maintain and monitor my movement and everything that I do. And trust me, for my mom and dad, I moved in with her. I started drinking when it comes to going to church every day. Then she moved in with me. Then people were like, what's going on? Like I looked like something that didn't make sense. I didn't have his tunes, and people were wondering, was like,
you still don't ask about the background. Where is your mom? Like, can I meet your parents and stuff?
I will answer that, and I think I even missed the other point.
Yeah.
So I would like, okay, so girl, you back now? Okay, yeah. Then but Masam, let's move out and go stay in a flats. We went to Kristone looking for apartments. We could afford them because I had a lot of money. But Kristone, we couldn't find anything. It was December. They were about to close 2019. And we had to search other apartments, which we found one in Kempton Park. We moved into Kempton Park. And then, now, before I continue, let me cover your question. The time my son was born, on the third day, there's a lady who came to our house to see the baby, just to see the baby. And then she claimed that she's an aunt of my girlfriend. And then later, when I found out she's not an aunt, I asked the girlfriend, this one, she's your mother. I asked your brother to send me your mother's picture. She sent this lady that you said she's your aunt. What is going on? She said, no, I was lying. I didn't want you to know my mother. I said, why? Only to find out, yes, really, she was covering the tracks, that she knew that she was going to leave me. She just didn't want me to know her identity, where she comes from. So I kept asking, when can I see your father? I said, no, we are not married. You can't meet my father. I said, okay. We continued, we lived. I tried to marry her. They would just prophesy some stories, and they'll make me spend the money, and I will use it. She would just make excuses. I attempted for a second time, can I marry you? No, you can't marry me because you have to send a letter. I said, I need to meet your parents first. I said, no, you can't, because this is not how we do things in Abasut. You need to just send your uncles. I said, no, come on, it doesn't work like that. And then I would just spend the money, and everything would just, everything is a pelale moyen. Then we stayed in Kempton Park. We were staying in flats. I started to pick up a lot of red flags. The first red flag that I discovered was, this girl, we have money, we're staying in apartments, but she doesn't build in the house. When we go buy a fridge, remember I had to recover the sold property. And when we had to buy a fridge, she wants me to buy a small fridge. Whereas we stay in a nice big apartment.
But you want just things, small things.
Exactly. She wants small things. And then our kitchen is like, ama raja, they stay in their boxes, ama packs, ama cornflakes, shalama boxing, bra, with a nice big kitchen. like the life we were living. Our curtain, bruh, yo, look, this curtain is nice, bruh. Yo.
Yeah, this one, bro. Hey,
Yo.
this one's nice.
So our curtain was something else, bruh. And then I feel like we are forcing flating because when I look at the other apartments, bruh, the walls, they have big screens, bruh. When you get in the house, it's a feel at home.
What do you have, like?
Exactly. Tina, what do we have? Small TV.
Oh.
We are forcing. Then we stayed in apartment. I wanted to buy things, but she would discourage me. Even myself, I had to dress myself nicely because I'm a man. I have to have dignity. But then she wouldn't help me. She would encourage me. When I want to buy something nice and expensive, even just a jean for 1.6.
What are you guys buying?
She would discourage me. What she's doing, when I'm betting, they prophesy me. They give me a problem, then I give them 100,000. They claim that they're going to solve the problem. Every time when I win money,
They prophesy.
the prom comes. They prophesy prom comes, and then they take the money. Sometimes the very guy, Sangoma guy, he will like ask money from me. He will ask for 50,000. Say he will pay me. His drugs business is collapsing. He owes people. You need to give them money. I will give him money. Hey, bro, like now I'm working for these people. Like I probably spent over 800,000 working for them because there were moments whereby I had like a lot of money, probably 500,000. I wanted to buy a car, I wanted to buy Mercedes and simple Elantra. Then to open a business for property where I would sell houses and apartments.
Yeah.
They just dismissed my ideas and they just took the money from me drastically. I would like have money now. In 2 weeks, money gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. And she's taking the money in the name of they are helping me. They'll prophesy me the truth and then use the truth against me to take money from me. I keep spending. When I spend this money, remember I spent 6 years and 8 months with her. She took her brothers to school. She was staying in a two-room RDP. But now if you can look at her house, bro, it's very big, very fully furnished, things that I desire to have.
Because man, maybe not even the first one. It's been, maybe she's been doing. How old she was, man? Sorry.
She was 21, 2015. She was 21. Then, bruh, she had to take her brothers. Those guys were cheese boys because it's known that her sister, she has money, she's moneyed. I would buy her iPhone today. 3 months, iPhone like taxi. I'll have to buy another one. Only to find out she's giving the brothers. So she was known in the community that she has money. When she go to clubs, she drinks those expensive alcohol. So it was all my money. So I was just something that they are using. And then I continue staying with her. Then there is this other part where she said, remember they took the blood. They strengthened the stronghold. Remember, after taking my blood, now they said, Ish, you have enemies, your family, they want to kill you, they want to sacrifice you. Now you have to baptize. If you can baptize, you're going to be fine. I said, baptize where? I said, you must baptize with the ZCC church. Which church? Because there are two of them. I said, the one for Star. I said, guys, why do you say I must baptize in that church? Because you guys are Sangomas. What do you have to do with this church? Worst case, you are Illuminati. They said, no, actually, it's our church. But then if you baptize there, it's going to be safe. I'd rather go and baptize. I didn't want to go there. I refused. I said, no, I don't understand that church. And then later, before we broke up, but the day we broke up, when I was asking her to tell me why they were advising me to go baptize in the church, when she come make a confession, she said to me, they wanted to take my soul permanently. So once I'm baptized in that church, in my language, I would say, Kitiniezi, Niznikele. Like, it's like I cannot even recover my spiritual gift. I will baptize and my destiny will be taken. If I'm gifted as a prophet who has to have his own congregation, they will gain that congregation for themselves. Meaning you'll find that in that church, there will be new congregation. Like their church, if it has 10 billion people, it's going to be 20 billion people with a different uniform. Have you seen those churches? They have yellow, green, they have brown and what? They have red and black, different uniforms. Those are congregations, different congregations from the different spiritual gift. Meaning they go around and take spiritual gifts for people. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, man, I'm with you.
Yes. They were just going to increase their church with the congregation that I had to hold and address. So they were just going to gain that thing, all of it. So I was not going to have a way to recover. Then we continued with the relationship. We stayed in together. Then I was just a fool. Then it came 2021. it came 2021. Before 2021, I refused to baptize, right? I'm forgetting a lot. I refused to baptize. Then she said to me, okay, Sharp, then since you can't baptize, how about we get you a ring for protection? I said, okay, how does it work now? We possess some powers and then no one will touch you. Spiritual, no one will touch you. I said, okay. Then we went to Capitec Bank, we bought the rings. It was time we were still staying in Tembisa. We bought the rings.
Where, in the ring shop or?
Mine I bought it in the street. Hers, she bought it at Game. Then I wanted to buy a ring in the name of protection. When we bought the ring, we came with the rings at home. She also said she wants a ring also for protection. Then she said, now your ring, you must do the rituals as well again. I did the rituals whereby she had to cut my fingers and give her my blood everywhere on a cloth. Then she took my ring with hers in the name of she's taking them to the river. They're going to possess the power for protection. Then she accompanied those rings with the cloth that has my blood, not hers. She left to the river. When she come back, she brought the ring, said, okay, here are the rings. And then how about you propose me instead of me wearing the ring, because either way you wanted to marry me. I said, okay, sure thing, I'll propose you. Let me have the rings. I'll propose you at my own time. I got the ring. And 3 weeks later, I proposed. When I proposed, we were in a restaurant. I even have pictures when I proposed to her. After proposing, the guy, he said, oh, congratulations. Then I put the ring here. And then they said, okay, put yours here as well, in a finger ring. I said, why do I have to put it here? Yeah, Pella, I mean, I'm not married.
Yeah.
So they said, no, you have to put it here. It's going to function better. It's going to work properly. You have to put it there. I said, okay, I had to put it. But I didn't understand. I didn't want to understand.
Yeah. Now you can continue.
I didn't want to understand why they say I have to put it there. Later, when we broke up, I asked her, why did you guys advised me to put a ring here? Because remember, she was confessing everything. She said, actually, I was marrying you spiritually.
Sure.
I said, no ways. I was marrying you spiritually, yes. So I'm married to you apparently without my knowledge. I said, yes. I said, oh, fuck. So what do? We need to fix this. Said, yeah, I'll speak to that guy so that we can break this, because now we are breaking up, because even me, I want to move on with my life. I said, please, I hope you're going to break it. But then when you marry me, what is there for you to gain? She advised me, said, I'll have an access to your ancestors. I will have an access to sacrificing your family, because now I'm one of you. I said, okay. And then she told me the reasons why she had to lead me to a marriage that I got myself in without the knowledge, which was, when I look at things in spirit, it was a blood covenant that I made with her. Like I married her without my knowledge. She will have a full access to my life. One thing that I suffered for marrying her spiritually without the knowledge, I have a spiritual wife. Meaning even the time she's not around, I will dream having sex. And even today, I still dream having sex.
Serious?
Yeah, I even thought after breaking up, there's no stronghold. Remember, guys, I told you.
You don't go to church and pray?
I do. There's one thing that you should realize. I succeeded first time with the umuti and sex, which is, it was easy to fast and break it loose. Satan always have plans. It's okay, now we are fast attenders. Some things, when you make a blood covenant, I don't know which prayer they require. I don't know if you understand. They knew, covenant is covenant. If you can read a lot about covenant is a pact. If you made a pact with some other things, maybe it doesn't require just praying. Maybe it requires her to come and we break that. If it's her ways, we have to do it her ways. But I am telling you, I fasted. I even went to a traditional healer. He did some rituals for me. To buy a ring, then you're going to speak and throw it away in the water. I did all those things. But the marriage is still intact.
Even if you go to a person who's praying for you?
Still. There was my blood involved. That was my signature. That was me telling impilo yam for a spirit. Fun which I sold my soul. What happens to someone who joins the Illuminati? Do they find a way to come back?
I don't know, man.
They don't find a way to come back. So I'm more like I made a blood covenant. There are people who batwele. Their way of uktwala, they are marrying a spirit. Uktwala is different ways. Uktwala which you shata Mermaid or in Mermaid, let me say that way, or shati tokolochi or infene then yagwenzela. Monga saifuni yazi ngindi amoshe. So what is actually holding me back is I'm married to her. I've tried every ritual and every prayer to break that marriage, and it's still a stronghold. I was suffer having sex, and when I'm suffering having sex, all my things they get blocked. All my things they get blocked. Interesting enough, I wanna jump to my son's issue. Remember I told you that they forced her to have a child with me. We had a child, now the son is growing. 2021. It was a moment of me getting breakthrough, starting to have a light.
And just to cut you, how do you feel to have a child with someone like that?
It's scary, my friend, but it is what it is. It happened.
Yeah, man.
It happened, and I don't want to lie to you. Even now, as we speak, we were fighting for the child. He has to come back, and he's making it hard for me. But let me continue. So we had a child, and the purpose for having a child is that they knew Uguti, my spiritual gift, it will pass to the child. Why? If you are God gives you a power, maybe a gift to be a king. Apparently, it is said that Ninganzako, they also get to be blessed in that way.
Kings, yeah.
They know Uguti, me having my child, she still have that royal blood with her, which she can still continuously use that child with her. 2021, she approached me and said, remember now I know that she's satanic. Said, Alimition, they said I must ask you something. I said, what is that? I said, how about you do the rituals? We take your blood and my blood and our son's blood, we combine them together, we put in a calabash. That calabash is gonna make us have money. How is that? I said, no, it's gonna make us have money. A lot of people, they've done it. Even Skoteni did it. I said, but that's actually uktwala ngengane. He said, no, it's not uktwala because it doesn't even require sacrifice. It's just gonna make your business go well. Since you are gambling, you're gonna win even a lot of money. Just look at Skoteni in the dark, my business wakahamba kahle, and they don't sacrifice anything. She has everything she needs. Amatwasa, they're all everywhere. I said, no, me, I'm not gonna allow that. She said, no, Mina, I'm gonna do it. And then when are you gonna do it? I said, no, you're not gonna do this to my child. Then we started having an argument. We started fighting over that issue. That is why today, after we broke up, I'm still denying her to stay with my child. And in fact, after we broke up, I never allowed her to come near my son. But then I had to, sometimes have to let go and forgive her and allow her to see my son. But even though when he sees him, there's always something that she does to my son, and it always comes and affects me. As we speak now, when my son left for school holidays, if my son has to come back, she will do some things to her. When my son comes and enters the house, already my house will be possessed with some spirits, which she uses my son to make contact with me again. Do you understand? So it is another trauma that I faced. I always take my son to traditional healers and try to help him, take him to church, try to help him. I ended up not knowing where to stand, who to believe, who to trust, and who's the actual person who has to help me throughout all these things. So it was a very stressful moment whereby I just don't even know how I can help my son. Now I know that they took my son's blood behind my back, and what is happening to my son today is that he's no longer smart. He used to be smart. He used to be intelligent, that guy. But when I look at him today, he's no longer smart as he was. This guy, when he was 4 years, he could give you colors, he could count, he could give you letters, he could just give you anything. You can hear his intelligence that is beyond this level of intelligence was something else. But today, when he's 8 years, I was surprised last year. I asked him to read. He can't read. When I'm forcing him to read, he will read a little bit. Tomorrow he'll forget, like I said. Wow. And kids who are in his age, 8 years, they can read. And it turned out he even failed his grade. Then I got like, wow, I saw this coming, and I'm trying to fight for him. But it's not helping because they contained his blood.
We're gonna have part 2. I just want to know, man, what do you want to achieve, man? What help would you like say? No, I need this help.
Honestly speaking, right now I'm crying for my son. I don't want to lie to you. It is not safe for my son to be with that woman. Reason why I say this. Already they are practicing their rituals on my son. So eventually when he grows up, it's either they're going to make him join this Illuminati and he's going to sacrifice his father. They will advise him to do so. And another thing, as they're using him for rituals, he's losing himself, his brain and all that. He will become a hobo. He won't have a future. So he really needs help. And the only perfect of that, I feel like it is best for him to have, it is not to have a mother like that woman. Like, I just wish I can have ways to take my son for good, like have a full custody over him. I just don't have power to take him by force because it's against the law. I can even get arrested if I'm denying her with the rights of having.
Do you mind, Pachu, if maybe we can go deep and call the woman?
Yeah, actually, this is what I need us to do. This is what I need us to do. So secondly, these guys, they've took advantage of me, whereby they claimed they are traditional healers, they are sangomas which are not even registered. I don't know, according to our justice, our system, if someone comes and take people's blood and use them for their own rituals, for the, like, what does the human rights says about that? If I try to go to police and report that, they can't help me, all of them. So I really don't know if I really have rights to speak up or stand up or fight for myself. But I wish if someone can stand up and fight for my rights, whereby someone who can help me with the knowledge of which, what does it mean if someone comes to you and take your blood for rituals, for whatever ritual that they will be doing, as like they're playing me, they are not sangomas, these people, they were doing all those things on me. How would the human rights protect me from that? How would the justice or the law protect me from that? Because they did take advantage of me. And the money that they were stealing from me, which I have evidence, I have proof of payments that I have been making, which they were taking.
You have their names, like their account. They used their account.
Yeah, they used my girlfriend's account. I have proof of payments that I have. They were draining money. Even I may not have all the proof of payments together. The estimation is 800,000, but with me I can produce about 200,000 proof of payments that I'm having right now, because some of them, they were back then, whereby when I'm trying to pull them, I can't find them. And some money I was actually giving her hard cash. I also need them to find a way to pay me. And also I would need these guys that I mentioned to come and, if they feel like maybe I'm destroying their names or their reputation, they must come and answer to this, because this story, it's really what I've dealt with, and I can't keep silent with it because I'm dying and hurting inside. I really need to find closure. I need to heal and move on with this, because otherwise I'm losing myself from this trauma. It's just, there's a lot that has happened, which, as you say, as you advise that you will need part 2, I think I can just pile up everything in detail, because right now I was giving the summary of the story, and which some of the things I haven't even mentioned in detail.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get into details and prove the receipts, and we call the hey, which phone kinda we'll use, man? We'll use yours. We'll call her with your number. Hey, what is this calling me now?
Oh,
No, so take some card.
Yeah, we can even use my numbers.
She will pick up.
She will pick it up. Even now, I told her that I'm going to look for help, and don't be surprised if someone calls you. So even if you can call her now, just to hear if she can come and maybe explain herself.
You want us to call?
That's what I need, actually. That's what I need.
Or call him. Let's call her on part 2.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, when you start, just start with the call. We're calling her.
Okay, no worries. I would appreciate.
Oh, brother, everything's gonna be all right. Trust me. Everything's gonna be all right, man. You came at the right time and it's the right home. Everything is gonna be all right. See you on part 2. On camera in sound, I got my man James, as well as on camera on my right, I got my man Kanda. One story at the time. Some stories just touches their heart. Yeah, it's deep, man. This spiritual thing, man, is really deep. Hey, Hey, man. We out.